guys, so we have got to talk about Lady Gaga at Coachella, at least of this year. Yes, she also did it in 2017, but we're talking about the 2025 performances. She played last weekend and this weekend, so it's one of those things where unfortunately if you missed it, you missed it. If you happen to watch it live, and had the foresight to screen record so you can rewatch it back later, good for you! But for everyone else who missed it, yeah, good luck. Good luck is all I can say. But I watched both live, and they were a little different, week 1 versus week 2. If you could only watch one, I would say watch week 1. That was the magical performance. There were things that were ironed out in week 2 that weren't quite there yet in week 1, but the first weekend was the one to see. I can only hope and pray this thing gets a professional release at some point. This thing looks like it's worthy of a theatrical run, if you ask me. Like, this thing, I think she even had the foresight to know to hire her own camera crew instead of using the Coachella camera crew. Everything about this, I have never seen anything like this with regards to, like, a festival performance. Ever. This was more like an entire fucking Broadway show in the context of a music festival. Yeah. She literally built an entire frigging opera house in the desert as the set for this. That alone is already impressive as fuck. So that's the first thing you see is this opera house, just huge, massive, intricate thing. And it starts out with the Manifesto of Mayhem, the art of personal chaos. So on one side of the stage, you've got Lady Gaga in the Lady in Red character from Abracadabra. On the other side of the stage, you have her in white, her other character from the same music video. They are both reciting the same manifesto, slightly off-kilter from one another, but they are both saying it. And having rewatched it a few times, there is a plot throughout this thing, okay? I think the meaning of this whole production was basically Gaga trying to reconcile both her own personal demons from early on in her career with who she is today as she moves forward in the next chapter of her life. That was my takeaway. Maybe I'm wrong, but that was what I got out of this entire big giant thing and how it was woven together. But anyway, so that goes down, and then out she comes on stage in, I can only describe as like the most massive red dress I have ever seen. It's literally like maybe 20 feet tall. No exaggeration, because the entire gown part of it on the bottom opens like a curtain. There's a cage underneath with 2 different layers of dancers in there, alright? There is also room for a freaking elevator so she can move up and down through the dress from the top as she's just wearing it, or move down and come out of the cage and perform on stage and then go back up again. It is intricate. But anyway, so she opens with Bloody Mary, which is the first time since 2018 she's done that one. Now, this was a shortened version, okay? But that's alright. That's alright, because it moves immediately into Abracadabra. You knew we had to do it. You knew we had to just get it out of the way early, because that is, like, the song of the moment, right? But more importantly, oh my god, the way that this transitioned into Judas. Was I not saying, when that song first dropped, that it reminded me of Judas, like, first and foremost before anything else? Yes, I did. So the fact that it transitioned straight into it, I was like, ah! Oh my god, and apparently the whole internet felt the same damn way watching it, so I'm just saying. And then that segues into Shiza, which I was like, did she ever do that one live before? I think she did. But not in a really long time, right? So, I was just freaking stoked. She brought that one out of fucking nowhere. Just caught everyone off guard with it. Just, oh, that has been one of the ones that has stayed consistently stuck in my head ever since last weekend. So there's that. And then it moves into Garden of Eden, which is one of the current ones from the new album. Which brings us back to two Gagas. Face to face. We have current Gaga facing off with Poker Face era Gaga. Which does in fact launch into Poker Face, which I'm just like, holy crap! And like, it shows from above like a giant chessboard that they're all dancing on as pawns in this game while there's a dance battle between the two Gagas. Like, what? What the hell? It just... the theatricality of this whole thing is fucking nuts. But obviously current Gaga wins. She wants old Gaga beheaded. Like, it's a whole thing. It's a whole theatrical fucking production with that. Into like a whole Off With Her Head song. But this was all just Act 1. Which I forgot to mention was A Velvet in Vice. So then there's like the Gesaffelstein remix of Abracadabra. There's a whole battle scene with like her dancers amongst themselves. My sister described it as like a gay dance battle, and honestly, she's not wrong. I was like, alright, you know what? Yeah, that's basically what this is. Because it gave her time to go do a costume change while this is all going down. But it's so intricate that it's like, it's not boring. It's not boring in the slightest. But then opens Act 2, and she fell into a gothic dream. So, this brings us to Perfect Celebrity, which is another new one. It was shortened, and then that goes into Disease, which is also from the new album, which all of this is taking place inside of, like, a giant sandbox, even though I keep nicknaming it, like, the giant litter box, and there's, like, skeletons in there with her because she was left for dead in the sand, and there are zombies coming out of the sand, and it's a whole thing, you have to see it to understand, okay? But then, there's, like, a whole battle at the end of Disease between current Gaga and the Lady of Red, again, who is trying to take her down, again, aka, my whole theory that her demons trying to take down current Gaga. Like, you get it? Like, again, I could be completely off base. This is my theory. I'm entitled to it. So that leads into Paparazzi, which I'm just like, holy crap, we haven't done that one in, like, ages either, I don't think. Especially with, like, the whole regalia on, like, from the Paparazzi video. So the fact that we go through all of that for her to go up on a balcony after, I'm like, oh no. Anyone who's seen the music video in question probably had that same heart attack moment of, oh shit, what is about to go down? Did we just do Paparazzi in reverse? What just happened? But anyway. So there's like a whole speech in there, which then leads into Alejandro, which, oh my god. No words. No fucking words, man. And then it leads into The Beast. And then there's Act 3, The Beautiful Nightmare That Knows Her Name. So this part, it's a very shortened act. A lot of talking in it, but shortened act, different costumes. So we've got Killa, we've got Zombie Boy with weird dancing with skeletons. Not zombies, skeletons, but okay, go off. A very short version of Die With a Smile, which, I mean, given that's like my favorite song of the moment, I really would have appreciated a full-length version of Die With a Smile, but okay. I liked how literal she took it in that morbid-ass way of playing it on a bone piano. What is a bone piano? Oh, it's a piano that is made out of bones, skeleton parts, if you will. Skeleton heads all around the perimeter of it. They're all smiling. Die With a Smile. Even the sheet music holder is like a spine, and I was like, that is so morbid, and I fucking love it, oh my god. So, there's that, and then followed by How Bad Do You Want Me, and I swear to god, this song keeps getting stuck in my head every time I watch this thing. And then there's Act 4, to wake her is to lose her. And there's like a whole thing with the lady in red trying to find current Gaga again and find her, bring her to me. It's a whole thing, which then leads into Shadow of a Man. I think Kill for Love was in there too. Which then leads us into Born This Way, because, I mean, you can't have a Gaga concert without the gay anthem, right? You gotta have Born This Way in there. And then Shallow, which shocked the shit out of me, because I didn't think she was doing that one anymore after the whole Bradley Cooper breakup, but apparently she is healed enough to where she can do it again. And then Vanish Into You, which she went into the audience for that one, and, I mean, just the energy of she with the fans directly was something to behold. I mean, you don't see that. Not to the degree this was. And then you think the show is over, but it's not. It's not. So, I mean, there's like probably a 5, maybe 10-minute gap in there. And then there's the finale, the eternal aria of the Monster Heart. And there's this whole grotesque scene with like plague doctors, with like a mortuary slab and shit, bringing Gaga back to life again, because monsters never die. And turns her into this Gaga bird angel thing. I don't know how to describe it. I'm sure you guys have seen photos of it at this point, but anyway, she does Bad Romance anyway. And this is one part where I noticed in neither weekend did any of the camera crew include the screen above the stage, which the fan cams caught. There is video of Gaga from back in the era of Bad Romance, which is why everybody freaking knew it was coming before she did it. But yeah, if that had been included on the official cams, I think it would have been helpful. But talking about it like this does not do it justice. At all. At all. Because, I mean, this thing, you practically sit there for like 2 hours feeling like you didn't breathe the whole time. It's just so freaking incredible. The theatricality of the whole thing, just the energy behind it, the raw energy exchange between the fans and Gaga herself, it is really something. And just like the level of detail and how over the top everything is, the costumes, the sets, everything. Everything. It is amazing. Sorry, I got confused there. I saw the iPad light up back there. But anyway, so week 1 was the one to see if you were gonna see one. Because week 2 rolls around, and I was like, let's see if it's different, or if she does any different songs. Spoiler, no. Exactly same set list, and it's like she went back through to iron out any of, like, the awkward parts. I guess maybe to, like, professionally record this again, so there's, like, alternate shots to go back and forth and choose between, maybe? I don't know. But, we were spared the awkward hump cam this week, just FYI. If you know, you know. But, I mean, there were certain things like that they made a point of not including. They managed to tighten up the awkward gaps between some of the songs. There are certain things like the dialogue. What made it so special on week 1 wasn't included at all this week. And you would think it wouldn't change the runtime that much. This was about 20 minutes shorter this week, so I was like, oh. I mean, they didn't cut any songs out, but somehow cutting out the gaps, cutting out a lot of the talking, it really did make that big of a difference. That wasn't my problem, though. Vocally, she wasn't in quite as strong a voice, in my opinion, on the second week. And it didn't feel like she had the same level of energy behind her this week as she did week 1. Like, she had her entire heart and soul in it week 1. Week 2, I don't know if the problem is because her microphone fucked up, like, right at the start and maybe threw her off kilter and she just never fully got back into it all the way. Like, maybe she was, like, constantly worried the rest of the show that it might happen again. I don't know what the deal was. But it was nowhere near as special as it was, and I feel so bad for the people who went the second weekend versus the first weekend, seeing what the first weekend looked like, no doubt, and then being like, oh, Huh. This is not the same thing, but still, I'm just saying, if this thing gets a professional release later on, definitely watch it, because it is incredible. And if there's anywhere you know of to watch it in the meantime, I would, again, highly recommend go watch the one from Weekend 1, if at all possible. They're being incredibly, incredibly rabid about copyright takedowns with this, though. So, good luck finding anywhere with it, unfortunately. So, I can't help you out there, don't ask. I legally cannot. But, I'm sure someone somewhere out there, somewhere, if you know what you're doing, I am sure if you want it bad enough, you'll find it. I am not condoning anything for legal reasons. But anyway, I was so blown away by this that I couldn't tear my eyes away from it at all. The fact that I came back for the second weekend, even after how many times I rewatched the video from the first one, I was like, let's see it. I just want to see it. And then, a little disappointed on the second one. But the first one is so special, though. Like, I've never seen anything like it. Who knows if we'll ever see anything like it again. But man, I really, really hope it gets some kind of release, or maybe, like, Coachella puts up the whole thing later on. Because this would be a shame for it to become lost media. This thing was so special. So special. So I hope you guys got to see it. If you did, I'd like to hear what you guys thought of it, good, bad, or otherwise, down below. Which show did you see, or if you saw both, let me know that you saw both. What did you think? Do you think I'm onto something with my theory of what the plot of this was? Do you have a different theory of what you think it all means? I'd love to hear it. As well as anything about anything. So anyway, that's it for this one, and as usual, you know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload. Leave comments down below. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my eBay, my Reddits, everything and more is all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating. Anyway, guys, until next time, see ya.